Hello, Parsons Collab Design for Literacy Students. This is Marcos, and this is our week 11 going to week 12 briefing video. I want to give a quick video here so that you guys can be sure you get to work as we have our last week of completing our design finalization of our storybooks. And I want to be sure everyone spends the time to make sure that you get as much done and your progress is good and that you have all the details sorted out and you make your best project possible. Let's take a look here first at what our schedule's like. And we are now starting to round down near the end of the semester. We have 5 weeks left. And these are critical weeks, of course, but mostly this transition now on week 12, we're going to have a final review in class all together in our new classroom. Some of you haven't been there yet. And it's going to be a review of your final books, each one, just a quick review. And then I'm going to require that you start preparing your final files. That will be due anytime between the next day to before the next class, as I want to start getting these sent to the printer. So it takes a little while for printing, as you know, and I want to make sure they're all ready for you for our final review back in my office on week 16. And then you'll have both your books in hand as you present to our guest reviewers. So following that, we're going to start a 3 or 4 week project, if you count the final review, of 3 weeks of working on an audio-visual book, an audiovisual storybook. I'll talk about that in my next video and in our classroom next. But basically, you're going to create a story that works on one of these things, and that you can take literally your storybook and translate that into an audiovisual book, or you can create a whole new story if you want, and we'll go over those options. But basically, it'll be about visuals and sound and not some complicated user experience motion graphic thing. I want it to be kind of calming and simple and about your design, but also about the sound of the story being read. So that'll be exciting. We'll work 3 weeks on that, and then we'll have a final review on week 16. We'll come back to my office for another day here. We'll set up the photo studio into a review session room where we'll have 4 different stations with 4 different sets of judges who are guests to the class, including Demi, and 1 here in my office, so that we have 5 stations, and everyone will go to different stations as they present their work to different people and get feedback. It'll be a fun, exciting day. Our final class. It's starting to get sad, but we're not there yet. We've got 5 weeks of working together. So let's talk about getting ready for this final presentation. Basically, you're going to be getting ready to present your final full book, while you also keep in mind that you're going to have final files to deliver. And of course, we've talked about this over and over again, but the first page, page 1 here with the scribble, stays the way it is. 2 and 3 are also dirt pages. And in this area here is where you're going to need to put focus now, that you work on your text here to describe what your story is, where it's from, and what the moral is, and maybe a little statement about how your design approach was part of the way that you created your book design strategy and your illustration style. So work on that page as well. And from that, you're going to need to get a portrait. And everyone who had their photo taken at least should have had an email from Hung Tao with contact sheet screenshots that you can pick from. And please respond to her so she can get you, if you haven't yet, she can get you files. And basically, even though we took all these files, these photos with different poses, the key right now is for you to pick a portrait that you can use in this slot here. Please turn it black and white and crop it. Don't leave too much space above your head. You look small and weak if you keep space up there. So a nice strong portrait. Zoom into to about this kind of bust, and turn it black and white, and put some contrast in there so it's a good strong black and white, and place it here in this slot while you also fill out this text. And then remember, the very last page is going to be a dirt page, so that doesn't count. And make sure you put that together. And I have this on the Google Drive. But before the final files, we're going to be also talking about getting ready for the final review for the design final completion review we're going to have this Thursday. And basically, I want everyone to have their decks updated. And this is going to go through this year. You're going to have all your research and your design inspiration, and then your approach statement, your rewritten text, your storyboard, and then I want you to also your design progress, and then go through methodically, like every spread from cover and each spread, go through in one spread per page like this, full size, and then end it with an overview of the full book that shows all your spreads. And of course, you always remember to have a thank you at the end of everything you do. So the assignment is to have your book designed, finished, ready to present, and then from there, after class, to prepare and package your files in InDesign and then submit them to me so that I can send them to the printer and get the printing process started. So basically that's what we're going to be doing. I'll have more details in class about getting your book wrapped up, and also we'll have a briefing on our storybook project, and I'll talk to you about what options you have and assign you the first assignment of basically like what's your concept going to be, what's your direction going to be, a simple assignment, but the first step in your third project, third and last project. All right, that's it, guys. We will see you in class, and reach out to me if you have any issues with or want feedback on your storybook design finalization. I'm here to give you feedback. Please use me for that. And I'll set up a Zoom session if needed, or send me screenshots, whatever you need. But let's do that to make sure that we have you get the most out of your storybooks, because everyone has great concepts, great designs, and let's finish it out as best we can. Thanks to everyone, and we'll see you on Thursday.